What the fuck is up, people? It's been a goddamn minute. It's been what? Like a year and a half maybe since I've done a stream. First of all, I just want to say thank you all for coming out. From my end, I think there's like 50 of you guys here, so I just want to say thank you all. Like, that is genuinely fucking like so humbling to me. I would have never expected that many people to be in here right now, especially this late. I wanted to do this a bit earlier. Also, let me know if I need to turn my mic down or anything like that. I can adjust any settings. Also, let me know if the picture goes blurry, fuzzy, anything like that. Spam the F's in the chat. Let me know. But basically, the point of today's stream, we may try out some gameplay a little bit later on. But for right now, I just want to talk to you guys for a minute. Because it's been way too long. Way too long. So I'm just gonna give some shouts to everybody who's been waiting. Let's see here. Sebastian, I know this is Boss Man, Douglas Pope, Stereo Lotus, Jim, Gabe, let's see, Dark Lignant, I believe is how you say that name. Let's see, Squads Barkley, Red ADT. Okay, we got some OGs up in here today. Radical Rambunctious Rascal. That is one hell of a username. What is up, my brother? Zombie Robot. That's an absolute legend right there. Hope you're doing well. Let's see here. Mick up in the chat. Star Killer. And everybody's up in the cut. B Streams. We got Internet's favorite loser is what he goes by. Hope you're doing well, my brother. Ian Armstrong. Preska Bruce. Oh, yeah. I appreciate all of you guys for coming out, for real. But I basically wanted to do this stream to address, there was a lot, and I mean a fuck ton of questions on the comments of my last video. It's nearing, I think, like 800 comments or so, and sadly there's just no way I can read them all. And I know I read a lot, I read a fuck ton of them, don't get me wrong, but there's just unfortunately no way I can read them all. So I wanted to come on here today to not only answer a lot of the concerns with the terms of service, but the privacy policy and all of the bullshit that we just talked about in that last video. I got a couple different slides to go through, and I've also got Stereo Lotus, who is in the chat. I will be talking about something that he sent me over, his exact statements and updates on some questions that you guys had in the comments. You guys also may have seen him answering back and forth. So I appreciate that, by the way, Stereo. That actually helped me a lot. Because he has a lot more knowledge on the privacy and security and things like that than I do. So that helped me out a lot. But I have a big note from him to tell you guys here in a little bit. But let's just go ahead and do a little rundown of what the fuck is going on here with these terms of service. So, of course, you have the fact that they're going to be banning people, not for just talking shit in their games, but they're also going to be going for anybody who's talking shit about the company, the contractors, that's basically what it states right here. When using our services, you have the obligation and responsibility to help us ensure that services are inclusive and respectful for all users and employees and our contractors. You must follow the user rules in Section 6 while using the services, virtual items, or your account. So, does this mean that they're going to be coming for Hellfire? Does this mean they're going to be trying to cancel me and, shit me down the river, send my, channel into ban hell like old Sup Matto? Well, I mean, maybe that's one reason, but I doubt it. To be honest, I think that would, just banning anybody that was criticizing them would only make them look worse. So, that's the least of my worries, but in terms of people talking shit in the game, do you guys talk in game chat in Borderlands? Like, anybody at all? I want to see some yeses or nos. Like, do you guys use game chat in Borderlands? Straight up. At Hellfire, I don't know. I just got a thing. I have comment. Normal vid. It's technically different. Okay. I just want to see your guys' answers. Do you guys use game chat? Like, straight up. Hey, what's up, guys? No. Rarely. Nah. Negative. Hell no. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. That's kind of what I figured. Like, does this even matter? Like, why is this even necessary? So that's the one thing I wanted to add on to that. Is just, why is this even, like, other than maybe for the people who are like, saying like racial, homophobic, awful things to people. Like, I understand you don't want terrible shit like that, but nobody's even using game chat. Everybody's hopping into Xbox parties or PlayStation. I think PlayStation has some sort of party system. Obviously, yeah, it definitely does. You got PC has Discord. There's so many ways around this. This is pointless. So that's all I wanted to add to that. All right, this is a stupid one, and I know this caused one of the biggest uproars in the comments, and for good reason, because this is really just stupid. I have no other words for it. Get me a drink of water. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm not going to read this whole thing because that's kind of a lot, and I assume most of you guys probably saw the video if you're here, which I appreciate, by the way. I appreciate everybody who turned up and watched that last one. If you haven't, it's in the link in the description. That'll give you more context on some of this stuff that I'm briefly touching over here at the start of stream. But it says here, you will not use exploits or illegal or unauthorized means to interfere with or adversely impact any other user's ability to use the services as intended, to gain unfair gameplay advantages, or to gain access to virtual items or other content to which you do not have valid entitlement. So what that tells me is they don't like the save editors. They don't like Gibbed. They don't like Willow Tree, which I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there's some sort of Willow Tree for Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. And then I believe all the other games have Gibbed. I could be wrong. But regardless of that, I hope this stream's going well. Just let me know. I just seen that I dropped some frames, so just let me know if I'm lagging or anything like that. I need another drink. Underneath, obviously, it talks about mod menus, hacks, and then it even mentions specifically glitches or any technical exploits, and then phishing and scamming. Obviously, we don't want that shit. We don't want no scamming, so that's fine. And I'm sure something like that has always been in there. But the fact that they have problem with people, like basically putting glitches out there, making glitch videos, I find that to be stupid. I find that to be flat out stupid. Because a lot of times when you get eyes on a glitch, it's usually through a video like that. And then Gearbox goes and patches it, nerfs it, does their thing. So trying to ban people for that is ridiculous. And then it says even over here on the right, you will not use, promote, or make available any bug, glitch, exploit, or cheat. And that's basically the main reason why I wanted to go ahead and talk about this, is because it's like Salvador basically should be banned from Borderlands 2 at that point. Am I wrong? Like that entire character is pretty much a glitch. So if you're going to ban glitches, you may as well just fucking take Salvador out of Borderlands 2 at that point. Genuinely, that makes no sense to me. These games, I should say, thrive off of the glitches and unintended methods. Like, people still love Salvador. Why? Because he's a fucking beast of a character. Like, even if you want to say he's boring or whatever, he's an absolute freak, and he's one of the most fan favorite characters across the entire franchise. No doubt about it. And you're going to sit there and tell me that that's not because of how his hands don't work the way they're supposed to, or, people just offhand a grog and get the healing ability with you know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that was not supposed to happen. A lot of the ways we play Borderlands 2 isn't intended. Just like the pen pad. Shit like that. That's not how you're supposed to, or that's not how the game was coded to be played. That's what I'm trying to say. Salvador is a walking glitch that sometimes break. Yeah, exactly. There is exploited glitches on every game that has been released. Exactly. 100% ketamine hygiene. Sebastian Gibson, I'm cooked because I have a thing that someone dropped. I believe the Grog thing. I can't remember the name. I haven't played BL2 in a while. Don't worry about them banning you. Honestly, if you guys are, if anyone here, I'll just say that right now. If anyone here is worried about getting banned on Borderlands 2 or Borderlands 1, even Borderlands 3 more than likely, I don't think they would ever come at you guys for like having those stupid like modded guns. Which I mean, I think if you have those, you should probably throw them off a cliff anyway. But if I'm being honest with you, but no, in all seriousness, I don't think they're going to come at people for modding in Borderlands 2. I think they're simply trying to go ahead and slip this in here so that they could just keep watch of what's going on so they know what to watch out for with Borderlands 4. The infinite XP glitch with Marcus. No. Listen, if you guys do any of those glitches, they're not going to ban you. Any of those OG glitches, trust me. Like, just take my word for it right now. They're not going to ban you for nothing stupid like that. The main reason why they want to go for this stuff is because of the bottom half here. Mod menus, hacks, and let's see, what else? The phishing and scamming. Like, there's people who literally sell accounts with fucking golden keys, hacked badass rank, and all kinds of crazy shit over on eBay. I'm sure there's other places they sell them too. But all of that shit, that's a big reason for it. But I still think that the glitch part of it's stupid. Maybe that's to try and enforce people to use the, what the fuck's it called? To report bugs through their fucking features on their goddamn shit that nobody cares about. Nobody does. But when they already shut the forums down, I mean, you really lost a big part of your community that's actually trying to fix that shit. And a lot of the bugs and glitches that people do want to fix get fixed after the fact by people that are making mods. So they're also more than likely not going to let people do those community mods like they have been with Borderlands 2. They're also going to be coming for that shit because of the kernel anti-cheat, which I will get to later on with Stereo Lotus Note. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say about that, though. I just think this is also ridiculous. The glitches part specifically, and going after community mods is ridiculous as well. I'm sure they're still going to make them. They're going to find their ways around it, the community modders. They're smart as fuck, but I don't understand how they can go for the people who are actually trying to keep the games alive. It makes no sense to me. But anyway, coming up next, this yikes, buddy. That's really all I can say about this one. Yikes. So to play games from 2012, 2009, 2019, you got, pre-sacs there too, 2014. And if you ever wondered why I call it that, I actually kind of like the pre-sequel. I'd put it probably like third best out of the whole franchise, but I mean, it's still a pretty rough game, to be honest with you. And with it taking place before Borderlands 2, I'm going to end this tangent quickly, just give me a second. With the pre-sequel taking place before Borderlands 2, it's basically like the nuts of a person, of a male, before it drops, right? Before you get the pubic hairs. That's why it's the pre-sac. So yeah, the more you know right there. But anyway, let's get into it. Your privacy's out the window. Open out the window, let out the antidote, throw it out the fucking window. It's gone. It's gone, people. Let it go. They know everything. If you've accepted this, let's just go ahead and run through it. Precise location information. If you allow the service to collect your location, account credentials, your username and password, and contents of communications via chat features and functionality. Now I want to stop right there for a second because this obviously refers to mainly just your username and password in the Shift service. So we're going to get to that more with Stereo Lotus Note in a minute. But I just wanted to break in there really quickly. They're not going for, say, your Pornhub password or, any of that type of stuff. You guys are good. No worries. Identifier / contact information. This is where it gets pretty rough. Name, username, gamer tag, postal and email address, phone number, unique IDs, mobile device IDs, platform IDs, gaming service advertising IDs, Android IDs, and your IP address. Yikes. All to play a game solo for the most of us. I mean, everybody hops on with their friends when they can, but this is primarily a solo game. But, wow. Genuinely, wow. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say, bro. Like, it's crazy to me that this is even a thing. In Borderlands. Like, this is the type of shit you see in most online games these days, or at least the big ones. Let's see here. Let's look up. Or, you know what? I'll do that in a minute. I was going to look something up. I'll do that in a minute. They want my social security as well, says Star Killer. I mean, probably. Let's see. Dangerous. Hey, what's up, man? I appreciate you for being a channel member and supporting the channel. It means a lot, my brother. He said, shit in my day, you didn't need anything to play BO1 with friends and not even purchase the game. LOL. Exactly. And also, I want to mention really quickly, OG 2009 Borderlands 1 is okay. That game doesn't have the shift servers connected to it. So that game doesn't have all of these privacy issues. I wanted to mention that really quickly as well. But every other game, you're going to have to eventually, it's going to randomly pop up. You're going to have to accept it, if you want to play online at least. And see, one conversation, I think it was me and Stereo actually had in a DM, was, I think it was me and you at least. This just kind of promotes people to use fake identities and shit more. Like, I don't understand how that helps anybody. Maybe it wasn't me and you, Stereo. If not, I apologize. But it's stupid. It's flat out stupid. And I saw a lot of people saying they're going to go ahead and delete the games and stuff like that. And if you guys choose to delete your games over this, that's okay. I respect that decision. But honestly, most things out there these days, like social medias, and I mentioned this in the video, but I mean, I said a lot in that video, so it could easily go over a lot of people's heads. A lot of the media industries are doing this. Streaming, and I mean, like, your Spotify's, your fucking Hulu's and Netflix's and all this shit. A lot of them have these policies that are also taking information, and social medias as well. Your Twitters and Instagrams and Facebooks and all this stuff, which I guarantee most of you guys in the chat are on one or at least a couple of those. So I personally don't think it's a reason to quit. I personally don't think, if you guys already accepted it, I mean, there are ways to get out of it for sure. There are ways to get out of accepting the terms. But there's so many things out there collecting our information that I don't think it's a reason to quit playing the old Borderlands games necessarily, just for me personally. But if you do choose that, and if you are serious about your privacy and your information, I completely understand that. And I can't say anything else. But yeah, most things out there are taking your information. I mean, fuck Google even. Like, you guys, I mean, I don't know this for 100% certain, but I know that targeted ads are all over Google, right? So they've got to be taking information out I'm just fucking stuttering all over myself. They got to be taking information hand over foot, more than likely. And all of you guys have a Google account to be here. You know what I mean? Let's see here. Okay, I see. Stereo is just explaining some stuff to people in the chat. What's up, bro? Glad to see you live stream. Yeah, it was a great game. Borderlands 1 is goated, man. Borderlands 1 is goated. And yeah, it's been a minute since I've streamed, but I decided I had to go ahead and try it out again. And the only reason I'm not using gameplay is I'm looking at it even in a preview. You can see it kind of get fuzzy a little bit here and there. And it would be doing that if I was playing. So that's the reason why we don't have any gameplay on. For anybody who's just joining, we're just kind of going through everything. And we're going to open it up to chat just here in a second. Moving along, though. We're going to move along to Stereo's statement, which I believe to be probably the most important part here of the stream, to be honest with you. I mean, well, except for the Q&A, when we're actually getting to chat back and forth here in a second. So just let me go ahead and run this through. I have it pulled up here on the side, so I'm just going to go ahead and read it off here. So if I sound a little robotic, remember, I'm reading, just like I was a minute ago. So the reason why he wanted to go ahead and put this statement out there was, one, to, like I said at the beginning, answer some of the most common questions and concerns that he saw in the comments. And like I also mentioned, his information and knowledge on the topic is just way better than mine in terms of security and internet and all of these different privacy violations that are going on here. So with that being said, he starts it off with, an IP address is how you connect to networks. Here are some things that can be found in an IP address. Precise location. This information is only collected intentionally through tracking the data flow to the IP address origin, unless they utilize more broad stuff than I'm tracking. Which, hold on, give me just a second, I had to back up a little bit. Which to be masked as a VPN or otherwise private networks like TOR or proxy servers. Username and password utilized for that specific website or network. This does not include usernames and passwords for external sites or your device. This can be saved via cookies to the IP address, which is why you should always disable cookies. So that's another thing, that's with Google. I'm cutting in here for just a second. If you don't have your cookies off, just like Stereo Lotus said right there, then they can see your passwords and stuff like that for other shit. But most people who are super serious about their privacy already have cookies off. So if you guys have that off, the only password and shit they can see is your Shift one, which I'm sure even with Embracer, they probably could have already seen our Shift password. You know what I'm saying? All right, but moving on here. Internet service provider. Now this is one we had a bunch of concerns about in the comments. Going to cut in here again. Bunch of people wondering about why could they see that. So let's just go ahead and see what Stereo says. Internet service provider, which can be masked via VPN or otherwise. Oh wait, I already read that. My mistake. Rough location. This information is found via the internet service provider server, which can be masked via VPN or otherwise private networks. And then he says device details of the IP address connected to it through an ID called a MAC address. A MAC address is an ID that shows the make and model of hardware components. That is how they find your hardware information. So that's like not only your computer, like they figure out what kind of computer you're using. I assume your internet router and stuff like that. And it's just, that's definitely a little bit overbearing. So I'm glad that he was able to explain that a little bit better than I could in the video. And moving along, we have, he also puts, a lot of info can be found via having access to your IP address, such as any internet activity, which can be masked via a VPN, otherwise private networks. And a lot of other stuff they mentioned can be found by requesting this information from other networks via data sharing or selling data. Some examples of these things that can be found in activity, such as your social media pages that you have logged into on the same IP address. And that's also, let me just go back a little bit. All right. Some examples of things that can be found in activities is stuff like, damn, I keep losing my place. My bad guys. Give me 1 second. some examples of things that can be found in activity, such as stuff that they find on your social media pages while you have that is logged into the same IP address or the same device with, random internet sites that you visit, stores that your IP address is on to sell the fact that you've utilized their services or clicked into their website. And then he also adds, an IP address can carry account information relating to a Google account signed in on a Chromium browser. Chromium refers to the publicly available source code for Google Chrome. Browsers that use this software include but are not limited to Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, Microsoft Search, Opera GX, Brave, Ungoogled, Chromium, SRW Iron, Yandex, Komodo Dragon, Epic, and I don't even know how to say this one, but I'm just going to spell it out. I think it's Vivaldi? Is that how you say it? Vivaldi? Anyway, it's just another browser. Hey, what's up, Goneblads? Fuck, I'm botching your name too now. Goneblood Psycho. I just want to apologize to you really quickly. I just saw you stop by in chat. I apologize for not giving you a proper shout out. You will be getting one in the next video as well, but appreciate you for stopping by, my man. Alright, and then browsers that do not utilize Chromium include, but are not limited to, Firefox, WaterFox, Safari, SeaMonkey, TOR, Genome Web, Palmoon, Falcon Linux, and W3M. Falcon and Linux are two different ones, by the way. And then the last section is about kernel level anti-cheat. So this is, like I said, this is something that they add in a lot of modern online games. And right after this, we're going to open it up for a Q&A to the chat. So just let me read this one last part. I apologize for kind of neglecting you guys here. Let me get through this last little bit of reading, because these are just some things that Stereo and I read it through and I was like, yeah, I completely agree. I'm just going to read it through as you put it. So that's why I'm sitting here reading off the exact document that he sent me, because I think it's just the best way of presenting this information here. But I apologize if I sound a bit robotic. Anyways, kernel level anti-cheats require access to the kernel of your device. The kernel is the part of your machine that boots your operating system and holds the highest administrator privileges on your device. Admin privilege is the level of capability you have to edit the parts of your computer. Kernel level means that they can edit any or all of your device. Most Windows users utilize the, quote, standard user accounts, which cannot make system changes or access sensitive data related to your device without the help of a tool that has a higher administrator privilege, such as the, quote, run administrator tools. There are several levels of admin privilege, but if I get into all of them, this will be a 4-page technical document. So thank you, Stereo, for sending that in. So I hope that kind of answers some of your guys' questions. But now that we have all of that information out there, Stereo, also feel free to add anything that I may have, botched or, stumbled over there. Definitely feel free to help me out there. As, like I mentioned, Stereo is big. He knows a lot more about this shit. This is really my introduction, was looking into this topic. So it's not that I got anything wrong in the video, but there's parts that I think he could have added a lot more to, if that makes any sense at all. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and transition ourselves over into the Q&A section. If anybody wants to send super chats, I will answer those first, because I most likely will not be able, because there's like 70 of you guys in here. I might not be able to get to everybody. Do not feel inclined to send any super chats or money or anything like that. Just wanted to throw that out there. So go ahead and start throwing any questions you guys have out about the terms of service, Borderlands 4, whatever you guys have. All right. Hey, Way of the Zombie, favorite not Borderlands 2 game? No. We're not playing any Borderlands just because my internet's really bad. Even on these images, it might go a little bit fuzzy here and there. So that's why we're not playing any games. But I appreciate you stopping by, Way of the Zombie. Let's see here. So do we get anti-cheat in the Lands games now? Is that what you're saying? So that's exactly what we're saying, pretty much. Yeah, they're trying to implement that for Borderlands 4. I have a question, Hellfire. If Borderlands 4 had to learn something from each of the previous games, what would it be for each games? Borderlands 1 has the rarest and most like peak pinnacle farms with pearls, and they actually feel rare as fuck to get. So that's what I would pick from that game. Pearls and hybrids. Borderlands 2, dedicated loot farming. Borderlands 3, we'll just say the movement system, slide and mantle, even though I'm not a personal fan of them. Most people are. So I'm just going to go ahead and say that. And the pre-sequel, let's say Oz kits. I'd say Oz kits would be pretty cool. And since we have pretty much confirmed that auction is going to be back in the game. Let's see. MH Tanks, thank you for the $2 super chat. Is there a way to opt out of the forced arbitration? To my knowledge, other than I heard there were some people in the comments saying that you could. There are ways to opt out of the agreement. I personally don't know how. I personally don't know how you would, other than deleting your Shift account. I'm sure there are other ways to get out of it. But other than deleting your Shift account, which would probably require going on to the Shift website and deleting it, I don't know. There might be other ways you can get around it, but that is the only way that I personally know. Let's see. Thank you, Hellfire and Sarah. Hey, I want to say thank you to you guys. Thank you for being here, like for real. But yeah, I apologize that I don't have a definitive answer to that question. But yes, there are ways to get out of it. But other than deleting your Shift account and then just playing offline, that's about all I could think. What's up, AJ? What's up, Gabriel? I noticed a lot of you guys from the comments. Appreciate y'all for stopping by. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Jira? Nah, Jira, you're the GOAT. Let's see here. I'm trying to skim through and find the questions. There had to have been some that I missed up here. Since I can see my Shift password, maybe I'll change it to fuck Gearbox and Take Two. That's a good idea, B-Streams. You got everything wrong in the video. Well, I apologize. I apologize, man. I apologize. I tried. Nah, I didn't get everything wrong, bro. I know you're just trolling, no, more than likely. All right, let's see here. What is the one thing that could be a deal breaker for you for Borderlands 4 that other people wouldn't care about? Oh, that's a good question. Thank you, Gone Blood Psycho. That's a good question. That's actually a really good question. Fuck. I'm gonna have to think about that one for a minute. I'm gonna have to think on that one. Because, I mean, what is a deal breaker? I'm trying to think of things that I just absolutely despise that people didn't seem to mind. I'll say this: if there are raid bosses that are anything similar to the quote unquote raid bosses that are in Borderlands 3, I think that's probably the biggest deal breaker for me. To be honest, just no mechanics besides, there's invincibility phases to stretch out the fight. If we get, and to knock a little bit on Borderlands 2 here as well, which is my favorite. That game had a bit of invincibility phases as well, just not near as many as are in Borderlands 3. So I would say that the invincibility phases. Those things are just fucking awful. Forget about that, bro. Let's see here. Squads Barkley, $5. Hey, man, I appreciate that. I appreciate the support. Thank you. Thank you for real. I'm going to drop a heart on that. Do you think BL4 will have the same humor as BL3? I really hope not, or that the game will drag. Love your content. Well, hey man, I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Well, we already know that Sam Winkler's writing the game, and Sam Winkler, unfortunately, wrote Borderlands 3. He also wrote Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. So if you're talking about that humor, which, I mean, you said BL3, unfortunately, yeah, it's going to be somewhat similar. But, to back up Sam Winkler here, and the fact that that's even coming out of my mouth is crazy. He did say that there was an abundance of toilet humor in the game, which I'm sure some of you guys saw that report, or maybe even saw the video where I mentioned it briefly. He said he knew there was an abundance of toilet humor and it needed to be cut back. So he's aware of the mistakes that happened with 3. So that does at least give me some faith that they're going to tone back on that dumbass shit and actually make it a little bit more serious, a little more grounded. Like like Borderlands 1, for example, is a way more grounded game than Borderlands 3. But yeah, honestly, if I were a betting man, though, that's just kind of stuff they're saying to, get interest in the game, because they know people hated that shit. I think they're definitely still going to have some of that dumbass humor in there. Let's just hope that they're being 100% truthful and that it's toned back by about 40%. Because, I mean, dude, the entire villains of Borderlands 3 were a joke. The God, Tyrene, fucking bullshit. Dude, that stuff is not even memorable. Like, I can't even... I'm trying to sit here and think of some cringy quotes from the game. I can't even think about them. I can't even think of any, like, off the top of my head. Also, I forgot to... But let's see, I should be able to... I'm going to make Star Killer, I'm going to make you a moderator if I can here. Yeah, here we go. Don't be smoking too many cigarettes in my chat, though, alright? That's the only condition. That's the only condition, buddy. Alright, I can remove jab. Alright, yes, that's what I want him to have. Cool. Shout out Star Killer. He's going to be mod in the chat. Alright, let's see here. What else do we got? Repeating my question because I don't think I got an answer, but which Vault Hunter represents the franchise as a whole, and why did you choose Krieg for your profile picture? And that comes from Douglas Pope. So the reason I chose Krieg was he's my favorite Vault Hunter. Pretty basic answer. My favorite Vault Hunter across every game. But if I were to pick just one character that represents Borderlands as a whole, you said Vault Hunter. If it wasn't Vault Hunter, I would have picked Handsome Jack, to be honest with you. But since you said Vault Hunter, sadly, I'm gonna have to put Lilith, dude. And I don't even really like Lilith as a character. Her arc is terrible. Her arc is absolutely miserable. Oh shit, I didn't mean to switch back to that. Hold on. Let's see, I can grab this and come back to this. Alright. Now we should have alerts for any super chats and shit. I don't know if they were popping up before, but we should have some alerts now for that. What the fuck? We started soon again, boys. Oh no, dude. It's been a minute. And this is also just a rough draft, basically, of what I want for these streams. This was just really quick. I'm obviously gonna think these out more for the rest of them, but I just wanted to come on here and actually talk about the terms, answer some questions and concerns, because there was a lot of people that are, worried, or saying they're gonna delete the games, or they're not gonna. You can hear the PC LOL. I believe it. Take it like ASMR. Is the mic loud? I can turn the mic down if you guys need. All right, let's see here. What other questions we got? You ever play the Mega Man Battle Network games, either on the Game Boy Advance or as the Legacy Collection? No, I have not. Dark Lignant. Or is it Lilligant? Is it Lilligant? Tell me how to say your name, man. I apologize. I'm probably botching that bad. But no, I have not. I have played some Mega Man games. What was the collection that they had on PS2? They had a collection on PS2 with a bunch of the old, I think it was Mega Man X collection, maybe? Which was like Super Nintendo era games, I believe. Just turn the mic off and throw it out the window. Okay, B-Streams. I got you, big dog. I got you. Let me do that. Lilligant. Okay, Lilligant. Okay, my bad, man. Hey, what's up, Orion? Steve Perry. Appreciate everybody for coming out for real. Jesse Clifford. Dangerous says, this is going to be a stupid question, but is there a way Hellfire plays with fans? 100%. 110%. Especially when I eventually move out of this place and I get into a better house. Because the house that me and my girl are in right now, the internet here is shit. So when we get into a better location, I can get good internet, no doubt. No doubt about it. Let's see here. Question, Hellfire. Do you play Pokemon? And if so, what are your thoughts on Legend ZA? So I didn't play Legend ZA. Is that the newest one? Is that the newest one? I'm going to have to look that up. I know I haven't played that one, though. Or those ones, I should say. Obviously, there's two of them. Pokemon. I'm looking it up on my phone here. Legend ZA. 2025 games. Yeah, no, I did not. I didn't even know these existed, to be honest with you. No, I'm joking. I actually did. I've actually heard of these. But I knew they were more recent games. I just wanted to go look up what year they came out. No, I have not played Legend ZA. The ones I have played are the OG, like, Game Boy ones, like fucking Red and Blue. Let's think. And then on the those are the only ones I played on the Game Boy. You move over to DS, I played Pearl, Soul Silver, and Black. I think those are the only ones I played. Those are the only ones that I can think of. Oh, and this is a spin-off, but one of the first mystery dungeon that was on DS as well. What's your second favorite game series? Says Squads Barkley. Ooh, second favorite game series, bro. That's hard. That's a hard fucking question, too. If this was like years ago, I would say like Call of Duty, like before they went down the drain. I'm saying if this was back in like 2012, I would have said Call of Duty. But since it's 2025 and Call of Duty is in the shitter, and I haven't even bought any of those games in I don't know how long. I think, what was the last one I got? Cold War? Yeah, Cold War was the last one I tried. And even there was a couple before that I didn't play. If it was before that went down to shitter, I'd say Call of Duty was my second franchise. But since that's gone, dude, I don't know. Maybe Dead Rising? Dead Rising 1 and 2 are fucking goated. 3 and 4, they went down the fucking shitter. But I don't know, man. I would have to say Dead Rising. If like that's the one that's really coming to mind right now. Just because the first two games are so good. And I heard the remake kind of was whatever. I didn't even try that remake remaster. Let's see. I apologize for those annoying noises I just made. Let's see. Do you think headhunters have a chance to make a comeback? Says Ketamine Hygiene. If they don't, they're stupid. Straight up, if they don't do headhunters again, they're dumb. And they kind of did something similar with the fucking, what's it called? God, I can't even think of what they were called. The stupid events. They were timed at first, but then they brought them back. Yeah, like the Bloody Harvest and fucking all those little seasonal events they did in Borderlands 3. Those were similar. Those were similar, just packaged a little bit differently. So I would have to say yes, honestly. Like there will be something at least equivalent to Headhunters in Borderlands 4. I say they have a good chance, a very good chance to come back. All right, take it easy, Sig Killer, aka Star Killer, my one mod. You take it easy, my brother. Hey, you too, MH Tanks. I appreciate you guys for coming by. Let's see here. I know I missed some questions up here. Hold on. I'm scrolling up. Thank you for all the time and the others that thank you for all the time you and the others have put in keeping us informed. Hey, no problem, Steve Perry. Appreciate you for being here. Let's see. Dude, there was a question that I just read a minute ago. And I missed it. God damn it. I apologize. It's been so long since I've fucking read chat. Anyways, I apologize. I can't find who put the question, but I know you were asking when were the pre-orders coming out. I apologize. I can't figure out who sent that question in. But here it is. Killser Pro. When do you think the pre-orders will be available? I would say honestly, pre-orders for Borderlands 4 are going to come out, I would say May or June. May or June, probably. Any later would be kind of surprising. Because, spoiler alert, they're going to be talking about the game in May, most likely. The next time we hear about it. Just a little tidbit for the next video. Hey, what's up, Gitman? What's up, my brother? Hope you're doing well. Any other questions you guys have about terms of service, Borderlands 4, Borderlands, anything, just questions for me, whatever you guys got. I'm going to scroll back up because I'm sure there's a couple that I've missed. I should just be looking at this. There we go. I'm going to look at this here on the computer. I've been looking down at my phone. Not the whole time, but for a little bit here. Like an idiot. I could easily just be looking at this monitor. How will the new TOS affect other Gearbox IPs like Risk of Rain 2, Risk of Rain Returns? That's a good question, MH Tanks. I know you're probably already gone. But what I will say about that is if you don't have to accept the terms to get on the game, then it's not gonna affect anything. That's actually funny. I actually own Risk of Rain 2 and Risk of Rain Returns. Great games, by the way. To be honest, the privacy they're trying to take now, I feel it would be a huge mistake to knowingly walk into BL4 now. It's too bad. It was the only game I was looking forward to this year. Yeah, man. And I completely understand that. Because it's overbearing. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense as to why they need this in Borderlands, unless Borderlands 4 is like a live service thing. Like, that's the main thing I can think, which would be fucking terrible. Like, we could sit here and go back and forth all day long talking about how that's a bad idea. Let's see here. I had one. It's above. Okay. I'll go ahead and check that out. Hold on. Scrolling. Okay. This must have been after that chat. I wish there was a way on YouTube where you could like sort it by just that user's chats. Oh, okay, my bad. It's literally right there. It's literally right there. What do you think if BL4 doesn't actually have dedicated drops and pearls day one? Jolt said that he would quit if it doesn't have dedicated drops. You think that would kill the game? Well, to be honest... Okay, so let's answer the first half of this question first. What do I think if dedicated drops are not... Dedicated drops and pearls are not there day one? Well, I can honestly see pearls not being there. I feel like we probably would have already had that revealed more than likely, so I think we can just expect pearls to not be there. At launch, at least. I think we can expect them to not be there at launch, at the least. And as for... Sorry, I was messaging somebody really quickly. As for the other half of the question, Jolt said he would quit. Do I think that would kill the game? And I don't maybe that wasn't what you meant about Jolt. Would Jolt leaving kill the game? But honestly, I think that actually would be a big blow, just because he is the largest Borderlands creator right now. So that would be definitely a blow to the community, whether how you feel about his content or not. I don't catch all of his videos. Every now and again I'll see one, but I'm not really into playthrough videos. So and I know he's been doing more stuff, switching it up, so maybe I'll check some more stuff out. But I think that would hurt Borderlands 4 a lot. And just in general, not having dedicated drops would be a big blow. But I think if I were a betting man, unless Gearbox is just completely brain dead, then they're going to have dedicated drops in the game at launch. Pearls, I would say no. I would say pearls are not going to be there at launch. Maybe they get introduced like pretty soon after, but I would say honestly no. No on the pearls. You think BO4 will be the longest supported game content-wise, says Anthony Robinson? Shit. No. Sadly, no. No, I don't. I wish I could say yes to that. I wish I could say, yeah, Gearbox, they're going to support it. They're going to support it until the day we all fucking fall in the grave. But the saddest thing is, Gearbox, they only really care about our money. And the main way they make money from us is putting out a new game. Because their DLCs, shit, in Wonderlands, they didn't even want to call them DLCs. They had to switch the whole thing up. They were like, these are PLCs. Buy our PLCs, guys. They were too embarrassed to even call it downloadable content. So that's one thing that I'll say. I'd say probably not. We're going to see if we're lucky, a Borderlands 3 length of content, which had a lot of post-launch content, to give it some credit there. Whether it was good or not, that's up to your decision. But anyway, let's see here. What other questions do we got? I completely agree, by the way, Hazy, that this won't end well. I completely agree. Everything when it has to do with just Gearbox being complete and utter morons with our information, that could lead to them getting hacked and stuff leaking out. Like there's so much bullshit. B streams, I asked the hard hitting question. Let's see, what is it? Does your girlfriend know you're gay? Not that there's anything wrong with gay people, but I happen to be straight as a board, and I think she knows that. I think she knows that. What's up, Milkman? Milkman stopping in. We got another mod up in the chat. Love to see that. If there's anything from Wonderlands you would like to have in BL4, what would it be? I did like the stat system, and I did like the CD grenades instead of ammo grenades. I don't know what you mean by CD grenades. I'm brain farting on what you mean by that, but if I were to pick one thing from Wonderlands, I would say bring the melee weapons back and actually let us make fucking good builds with them. Because there was like one or two good melee builds, honestly, that I can think of in Wonderlands. And they were not very fun. What do you want for a max level cap for BL4? Says Gabe. Let's say like level 70. Level 70 is a good place to stop. I think any more than that's just pushing it. I think 70, which is what pre-sequel had. Did Borderlands 3 have 70 as well? I can't even fucking remember off the top of my head. 69 says Mick. I would go 70 though. Just to round it off. 69 is always fucking funny for Borderlands 1, and it fits, but I would just say 70. Oh god, we need Thug Shaker. What the fuck are y'all talking about? Hold on. I seen y'all saying that shit. Hold on. What are y'all talking about, man? I'm about to catch up here. See, Orion's got a good point, or not a good point, but a good idea. This is what I think they should do as well. Orion says, I think pearls should come with the first level raise. Only 2 level cap raises and 2 waves of pearls. None of the BO3 million level cap raises of 2 levels at a time. Yes, I completely agree. That whole system was just stupid. Slowly stretching it out to try and keep you playing. Yeah, no, that's ridiculous. It was 72 for BL3. Okay, so it was the same. It was the same as BL2, at least BL2 for a minute. You know, they're like, you know what, man, we're gonna throw you guys a couple extra levels for the fuck of it. Why not? Here you go. And what did we do? We ate it up. We all ate it up. Spoonfuls of the old fucking, what even is it called? Commander Lilith's Fight for Sanctuary. That's what I'm brain shitting on. Let's see here. What other questions we got? I know I've had to have missed some. Ayo Hellfire, I just found a nasty surprise in the bunker chest. Hey, good shit, my brother. Good shit. If BO4 is live service, then fuck that. I'm not buying it. Respect. Completely respect that. Let's see. How do you think they should do skill trees? I think it needs to have 2 to 4 nodes per level in the tree instead of 1 to 3. Honestly, me personally, I think they can leave the way the skill trees, the amount of trees and shit, like it was in Borderlands 3. That's fine. I think having more skills is great. And the build variety of Borderlands 3 is not awful. But the game is just so easy. Like the difficulty of it. It's like you can pretty much put any skill points wherever. So you need to have the balance of give us a fuck ton of skill points and shit like that. But don't make it too easy. Because it legitimately feels like a Call of Duty campaign, like on Recruit. And that's not very fun. That's not very fun. So I would say the 2 to 4 would honestly be fine to start. Could you start with 4 in Borderlands 3, correct? That's what I would have to say. The extra skill trees and shit, I see Mick asked, Jolt's asked this on Twitter, but would you rather have an extra skill trees or extra vault hunters? Extra vault hunters all day. All day. All day, baby. There's no way in hell that I would ever sit here and be like, yeah, I want extra trees over characters. Nah. Hey, brother, I'm going to pass out. Talk to you more, my friend. You're awesome. Keep it up. Your inspiration when you continue Borderlands. So much love, brother. Hey, take it easy, B Streams. Thank you for coming by. Hey, you as well, Dark Lilligant. Appreciate you as well. Take it easy. Have a great rest of your night. Let's see. What other questions we got here? How was Wonderlands? I never bothered playing it. Well, instead of just going straight into that, I'll just, here, give me 1 sec. Give me 1 second. I gotta pull something up real quick. I gotta get you a link. Hold on. I got you on the Wonderlands question. I'm gonna put you on a Hood Classic. This is an absolute banger. There it is. Here is my review of Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. There you go. There you go, my friend. Eat that up. Eat that up. Just go ahead and put that in the watch later if you got to. Do what you got. Do what you got to do, man. That's a Hood classic. If you've never seen it, you got to catch up on it. But in all seriousness, thank you for the question. How's the game? If it sounded like I'm being cocky, I'm just joking around, my man. Let's see. What other questions do we got here? Yeah, there's a bunch of you guys up in here. Thank you guys, for real. I doubt we break 100, but I don't really care. 85 it shows for me right now. That's fucking crazy. I appreciate all of you guys. I see the hearts, the 100s. I appreciate all that shit, for real. Thank you guys. You guys drops a bunch of likes too. 59 likes. I appreciate that. What is your favorite movie? Damn. See, this is a question that it's fucking hard. That's hard to answer, dude. I just gotta think of the movie that I've seen the most. Honestly, this is kind of a boring answer because most likely nobody in chat is gonna have seen this movie. But Grizzly Man is probably my favorite movie. I've seen that movie so many times that it's ridiculous. Thank you guys for dropping the hearts, by the way. Much love. You, like, for real, you guys are fucking awesome for showing up. But Grizzly Man, it's like what is even the technical genre of it? It's kind of like a documentary type movie, but essentially the concept of it was this guy named Timothy Treadwell was his name. He went out into Alaska and actually lived with these bears. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I think we're coming back. Can you guys still hear me? Let's see. Okay, we're good. I even botched the chat. Give IY a sec, I put. Nice. Alright. I think we're back. I apologize for that. I know the stream just about died on us. The hamster stopped running. Internet crashing out. Does my mic sound good? Any cuts in the mic? Better now? Okay. Alright, cool. I think we back. The mechanical keyboard sounds awesome. Hey man, some people don't like it. I have some videos where I'm playing and shit and it's funny moments or whatever, like the Cobra videos, and there's a couple of comments, not very many, I shouldn't say there's many people that say it, but there's a lot of people that, not a lot, why am I saying a lot? There was like 2 or 3 different comments, 3, maybe 4, but it's lagging a bit still. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Alright, we should be good now. I'm seeing green on my end now. Hold on, guys. Just give it a minute. Give it just a sec. Alright, we should be good now. We should be. I think. I could be wrong. But I'm gonna try and answer the next question. But Grizzly Man is my favorite movie. So, and basically, I won't spoil it, but it basically tells you exactly what happened to him. He would go like for 10. He actually had somebody up in chat who knew it. Randizzle Swizzle. That's one hell of a username, but at least you know about Grizzly Man. That's fucking goated. Hey, I love you, motherfuckers. I love you, motherfuckers. Hopefully the stream is back. Hey, what's up, Fierce? What's up, Fierce? Is it lagging and stuff like that now, or are we good? Smell fire's crazy. Hey, it's Fierce. It's old Flaccid Chimera, you know. I give it to him, he gives it right back. It's completely fine. Let's see. Do you want any returning weapons in BL4? Yes. Yes, I do. As not quite as many as we got in like pre-sequel, because I thought there was a little bit too much from Borderlands 2, but there definitely needs to be some. Seems okay again. All right. Yes. Hey, Dangerous. I have seen Survivor Man. I actually have. I've seen like a good bit of that show. Actually, that's just fire. What's his name? Fuck. What's his name? Something. Is it Last? Is his last name Last? I can literally see him. Hold up. All right, we're coming back. We're coming back slowly but surely. The internet's recovering. If I ever go quiet, it's just to save you guys from the lag and whatever the hell that's going to sound like. Is it super delayed? Well, I know Milkman was saying it's delayed, by the way. So it definitely has to be delayed by a good bit. Les Stroud. Okay, thank you, Dangerous. Yes, I have seen that show, though. Let's see here. What else we got? Best movie of all times, Transformers Dark of the Moon. Is that the one with the Fallen as the enemy? That is a pretty good movie if that's the one I'm thinking of. Now, that one's literally called like Rise of the Fallen, isn't it? Or some shit. I haven't seen the Transformers movies in so long. Let's see here. Alright, what else we got? What else we got? Feel free to send in some more questions, or if I missed your question, feel free to ask it again. I'm just going to go ahead and take this headset off here. Alright, give me one sec. Just taking this headset off. Alright. Oh, and I seen Whammer also stop by. What's up, Whammer? I'm here for my... I apologize, Whammer. I apologize for flooding the feed with the Borderlands 1 memory leak video. I apologize. I had to do it, though. Somebody had to talk about it. Let's see here. Oh, no, it's done. Alright, I think we're back. Let's see, I'm going to mute for a second just to see this delay. Give me one moment. All right, I see green. I see green. We might. Oh no. We might be lagging again. Arkansas internet be like, yeah, exactly. How's the game? Exactly. No, man, that's the only reason why I don't stream. Now you guys are seeing it. Now you guys can get an updated stream here, botching out. But hey, man, I wanted to try because I missed coming in here and talking with you guys. Let's see. The lag is secretly Take-Two and Gearbox trying to censor Hellfire, right? Right? Gitman's got the right idea. Okay, because it's going back and forth green to red. So I'm just trying to get more. Alright. We still love you, Hellfire. You're trying, bro. Hey, I appreciate. If the stream is just a picture, you could set. Can't you set the bitrate to like 2? I guess I could, Whammer. I guess I could, but I don't know if anyone wants to watch a fuzzy image. You know what I mean? It's already fuzzy for a good portion of the shit. I'm getting like 3 words every 15 seconds. Oh, that's great. That's great. That's great. Well, hopefully you guys. So that's what it was for me when I was looking at it. I was just hearing silence. I appreciate everybody who's trying to stick through the bullshit. There it goes again. Alright, my bad. I was muting to listen to it for a minute, and every time I do, it's just it's while I'm muted. All I'm hearing is silence. So I don't think I'm helping things here. Alright, I think we might have to call it there, since the internet is shitting out. So, while I'm green, or at least it's showing me in the green, I just want to say thank you guys for coming out. Shines, appreciate you for stopping by. Stereo, everybody, literally everybody. Fierce, even though anybody, even if you showed up late, early, doesn't matter. I just want to say I appreciate you guys all for coming out. I wanted to actually go for a bit longer. I was going to shoot for 2 hours, but I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get there without the internet's completely shit in the bed. So, any last minute questions, I'll try and answer real quick, but I probably do. I mean, it's good right now. We're in the green, but I do know that you guys have had to deal with a lot of bullshit already. You know what I mean? So, I just want to say I appreciate everybody for coming out. I want you guys to take it easy. And also, keep a lookout, because I will have a new video coming very, very soon. And I hope to also try another stream here soon. And we're gonna continue trying the streams. Maybe next Friday, I would say. But that's what I'm gonna leave you guys with. The new video should be out tomorrow, so keep a lookout for that. And then after this next video, we're going to get back to some more scheduled programming, some more normal content. What I mean by that is more like top fives. I got another retrospect coming, some story times, a lot of stuff planned. So keep a lookout on the Hellfire channel. Appreciate everybody for coming out. And yeah, I love you guys. Take it easy. And I'll see you next time.